All right, happy Thursday, everybody. Either or Thursday in Raiderland, Texas Tech basketball back. We're here in the Arctic Air Studios, ready to have a big broadcast with you guys tonight. You know what to do, the early arrivals. What do you do? What do you do if you're one of the early arrivals? You let us know the audio is good, the video is good, hearts, thumbs up, everything else. Then the next thing you do, it's pretty simple. You start to share it. You share the dog out of it. Put it on Twitter, put it on Facebook, do what you got to do. And then jump on the United Supermarkets text line 806 772 0197 for our friends on Twitter and YouTube. That's how you get in touch with us on Facebook. The traditional comments for now. We may change some things up, though, in 2024. We got a few days left in 2023. We got a basketball tonight. We got most influential people in sports. Yep. And New Year's Eve coming up, either or Thursday. Either go out or stay in. Which team are you on? Are you team go out? Or are you team stay in? You tell me. Jump on. We're going to hang out for about a half hour or so tonight. Have great conversation. And then we'll take in Tech and Sam Houston State here in just a little bit. Hi there, Chris. Glad you're watching. Tasty. Very tasty. So yeah, I know it's real hit and miss, everybody, during the holidays and this thing. We're all out of our schedules. I get it. A lot of our regulars might not be able to be in normal time, and we get some irregulars coming in on normal time, and we're not even on normal time. So I totally understand it. That's why we love what we do at theraiderland.com. We can archive it. You guys can see the show at your convenience and enjoy everything we do. I think we're ready to go. I feel good. In three, in two. Good evening, West Texans, all you good, fine, friendly folks out there who wish you were. I'm Ryan Hyatt, theraiderland.com. We start the day with you. Raiderland hot links, cool stuff we find. We put it out there on the hot links. You guys can add your own. I figure if you like it, everybody else in Raiderland will. Put it in the comment section, and we give you the questions of the day every day at theraiderland.com. Coming to you tonight from the Arctic Air Studio. Sometimes your air gets a little Arctic, a little too cold. You need to call the bear. Callthebear.com. Easy to remember, but put it in your phone. Trust me, emergency situations, you don't want that, but if you do, you want to call the bear. Also brought to you tonight by Premier Sportsplex. The game is on multiple locations. A lot of different things happening right now. Their winter basketball leagues are getting ready to go. Check that out on their Facebook page. We link to that on our Facebook page. Yeah, we're on Facebook, Ryan Hines for Raiderland. And then, hey, everybody comes back from the holidays fat. Get your office in shape. Hey, get them some memberships at Premier Sportsplex. And, of course, by Gators by you. 98th and Slide Road, hot Cajun food, cold beverages. When they show a game, they put the audio on. Like, say, you can't make it out to Tech basketball tonight. For whatever reason, you can go there and watch the game. They'll have the audio and you can actually hear what's going on. It's a good deal. Also, of course, our friends at United Supermarkets, the United Supermarkets text line for everybody who enjoys the show on YouTube and on Twitter X. You get in on the text line. I can see your text messages rolling in, just like the radio show. 806-772-0197 should be on your screen. If not, remember it, committed to memory, 806 7720197. Let's get it going tonight. Okay, either or question today. Stay out, go in for New Year's Eve. Which one are you? Are you go out? Hey, let's have a nice dinner. Let's get reservations. Let's go here. Let's go to the Reserve, a culinary tavern. Let's have some prime rib. Let's have the champagne toast, milk, more champagne. Or are you stay in? I would say it has a little bit to do with age. I don't think that's the case. I think it has to do more with you got kids, you don't have kids, everything else, all of that going on. So today, either or question, either stay in or go out. We also have tonight, who are the most influential people in sports in 2023? From individual athletes. And this is interesting if you got kids, if you don't have kids or whatever. Who influences sports? Who's the most influential people? Or is it behind the curtain? There at ESPN at different places. Roger Goodell. I don't know. Is it LeBron James? You tell me. Chris, my girlfriend and are staying in. And my girlfriend and I like the way that my girlfriend and he just leaves it out there like it's my girlfriend and staying in. Good job, Chris. Alan, going out this year, first time in a decade. Uber, then Uber some more, and then Uber some more. God bless Uber. If that had been out 15, 20 years ago, I would have gone out a lot more in the early mid 2000s than we did. AI, well, I get it now. Right. I didn't have it in the headlines right off the mark, right off the bat on the United Supermarkets text line. Texter, thoughts on Terrence Shannon Jr.'s current accusations? It's not good. It's really bad. And for those who don't know, he turned himself in Lawrence, Kansas today. Former Red Raider playing for Illinois on accusations of rape and other things. Here's my quick thoughts on that. I don't want it to be true on any level. I don't want it to be true because for that to be true, that means something really bad has happened to people. And that would be aside from Terrence Shannon Jr. and what you might think or not think regarding him. For that to be true, that means something bad had to happen to somebody else. That's why when these stories break, I'm always hoping it's not true. Well, okay, then that does bring us to another aspect of it. Then that means somebody is making a salacious accusation that would not be true, and that's bad too. So yeah, there you go. I hope it's a shakedown because that is the least awful thing that could be happening out of the story right now. I hope that's the case. I hope it's a shakedown. But I don't know. Nobody knows. We'll find out. He has been suspended from Illinois, highly regarded in the upcoming NBA draft on the wings. So we'll see. That story broke around noon today, 11 our time, whatever, that he had turned himself into authority in Lawrence. So it stems from an allegation that he came down for a Kansas football game, not a party of Illinois basketball or otherwise, on his own, and something untoward allegedly happened. Hope not. LeBron's still influential, but I think his influence is fading. We're talking about most influential people in sports. Who is it? Who are the most influential people in sports? For the most part, it's probably a lot of people you never even heard of at different places. Change of topic is the eating of the Pop-Tarts Bowl mascot cannibalism or dessert, or is it both? It's both, and it's tasty, and it's awful, and it's horrible, and that's why the bowl games need to go away. From guys squirting mayonnaise into their mouth to eating Pop-Tart mascots, this can't be good for anybody involved anywhere. If you want to get in on the United Supermarkets text line, it's simple 806-772-0197. If you are on Facebook Live, you get in the normal way. Just type your comments away. Greg Sankey, pretty influential. Damn right. I'd put him in the top 5 in sports right now. The SEC commissioner, 100%. Where's Brett Yormark? Seems to have a little bit of swag. Kept the league together. Killed off the Pac-12 a little bit. Where is he? Needed tamales bowl in Lubbock. A winning coach gets a bucket of tamales poured on. No, you just got to eat like a dozen tamales real quick. The Pedro's Tamale Bowl. The influence people in college sports have no names that we know and employ multiple front people. Actually, I think they're out front now, Jared. I think they're out there. The influence people, your conference commissioners, and your TV executives. Now, everybody may not know the names, but that's running it right now. That's what's making it happen. I'd put Yormark under Sankey right now as far as conference commissioners and their influence. Yeah. Oh, yeah. But he's definitely shaking things up. Make no mistake, he's had an impact on the sports landscape in the last what do you want to say, 30 months or whatever? What are we looking at here? 12, 20, not quite 2 years. So, yeah, under 30. So, he's got to be in there somewhere. Is there an NFL player right now that you would consider amongst the most influential in sports? Sankey's adult. ESPN tells him what to say. Wow. Roy Kramer going to jump up out of the grave and kill you. And I just tried to kill off Roy Kramer. I don't know that he's dead at all. Maybe he is. Maybe he's not. Probably is. The most influential person in sports out of the NFL. Who is that? Not the face of the NFL, which the titular head of the NFL might be Mahomes. Would you say Mahomes? What does he influence? Does he influence? Jerry Kill influenced a lot of people to watch New Mexico State. Saw he resigned due to health. Yeah. He called it quits last week after the bowl game or whatever it was. It's a shame. I mean, I got recruited by New Mexico State back in 1990. Now, here's what's interesting about that. I was at Texas Tech, and I was already out of high school, but we were there doing a Texas Tech baseball broadcast series, me and Danny Vaughn, and we ran into some guys at the old Concrete Canoe Bar. And next thing you know, it's January, early February. Yeah, January, early February. Baseball used to start back then. Anyways, somebody knew somebody, and the next thing I know, we're drinking for free, and I am being introduced to people as a recruit for New Mexico State, that I am a punter quarterback combo that they're looking at, and we drank for free the rest of the night. Details are sketchy, and for a lot of different reasons. Michelob Dry. Does anybody remember Michelob Dry? Yeah, that was a big part. Also, I was getting at that weekend an infection in my wisdom teeth, whatever, that would have to come out fairly shortly. I was living on Orajel and Michelob Dry. Anybody? So, yeah, but I got recruited by New Mexico State that night, and it was glorious. That was also the same weekend we almost killed Steven Tyler from Aerosmith. I'll tell that story another time. But yeah, me and Danny Vaughn, we almost killed Steven Tyler from Aerosmith. We pissed off the SID from San Jose State, Lawrence Fan. We saw a couple of games there at the Pan Am Center, and we called 4 games, and we saw Larry Hayes get ejected from a baseball game. It was a hell of a weekend. Bring back Ed Hockley as the face of the NFL. Biggest arms official I've ever seen. Old Town Las Cruces hadn't seen a bombing like that since 1962. Nice. And I would say who some of the people were with New Mexico State football at the time that were involved in that, but I don't know that they want to be associated with it or otherwise. But yeah, it was a hell of a night, hell of a weekend. I walked through, so the Days Inn in Las Cruces, we had a rent car, but I couldn't drive because I was not old enough at the time to drive a rent car. Danny barely was. Yeah, I think you had to be like 22 or something weird like that, like not 21, but 20. Anyhow, so I had to walk through the drive-through at Whataburger next to the Days Inn like 3 nights in a row. And he'd gotten to have fun after the first couple of nights, and I'm sitting there dying with Orajel and Whataburger. Good God, I spent a week there one day. Going out or staying in New Year's Eve? That's the question, either or Thursday. Texas Tech basketball tonight against Sam Houston State. Sam Houston State, pretty much in the same neighborhood as Oral Roberts. When we look at the hoopshd.com rankings, that's not good. We'll talk about that here a little bit in a minute. And then the question today, who's the most influential people in sports? Taylor Swift in the NFL. Why isn't she influential in the NFL? They show her on TV all the time. She must be influential. I still don't buy her and Kelsey going out. I think it's a sham mockery, a mockery of a sham. It's a sham mockery. I don't buy it. I don't believe it. I really don't. I'm sure they'll spend, 40 lovely years together. Lionel Messi, most influential in 2024, first full MLS season. Copa Americana being played in the USA. Prediction: Messi gets injured, doesn't play. Who's he with? Miami? What's the team he's with? Is it Miami? He gets injured. He hardly plays and has zero impact whatsoever on the landscape. Exactly the same way David Beckham had zero landscape when he came and was it the LA Galaxy or whatever it was or anything. Zero impact on the American landscape. Now, Alan here is a good friend of ours. He is a writer at times for TheRaiderland.com. He is a football fan, a soccer aficionado, as you might say. He owns numerous scarves. And he is wrong about the impact of Lionel Messi in the same way that the great Pele for the New York Cosmos had zero impact on the American sports landscape in 1977, 78, whatever it was. The only thing that Pele did was make a movie with Sylvester Stallone, a great movie starring Michael Caine as well. And the first person who can tell me the name of that movie, I'll give you nothing whatsoever. Stephen F. Austin Tech, baseball, closer game tonight. Basketball wins by 10. Stephen F. versus Tech, baseball. None of that makes sense. Indeed, Victoire. Great movie, little known movie. Fantastic. That was the biggest impact Pele had on American culture. Kyle Rote Jr. had bigger impact. Off the United Supermarkets text line. Usual suspects and most influential. Commission of Leagues, TV execs, now had SEC, Big 10, Big 12 commission. Jay-Z fanatics, dude. AZ fanatics, dude. All right, yeah. Okay, yeah. The most influential people in sports. Who influences your kids? Maybe I should ask that question. If you got kids, who influences your kids? Most influential people in sports. Are you going out or staying in for New Year's Eve is the either-or question. Going out, staying in. We'll probably stay in. For me to go out, I have to go through 3 counties to get into downtown Lubbock. We were going to do it. Nothing against downtown Lubbock. But on New Year's Eve, that's pretty much amateur night. We probably will have a barn party and call it good. Luca, my name is Luca. I live on the 2nd floor. Influences your 9-year-old. Here we go, Luca. And we got Tech Hoops tonight. Tipping off here in about 15 minutes against Sam Houston State. SHSU. Mahomes influences your 13-year-old. Really? Okay, good. Using Head and Shoulders. The kid doesn't have any dandruff. See, this is a good thing, James. I heard the New Year's party in ropes as well. Actually, Chris, you'd be lucky to get an invite. And technically, it's not in ropes. It is in the suburbs. And I mean, we bring out high quality entertainment. I mean, if I said the names of bands and it rhymed with like Mog Hollies or something, I mean, people wouldn't believe me. But I mean, we have big time out at the bar. We truly do. I was a go out for a while. I was a stay in. I'm not opposed to staying in. I'm curious at what you guys do. 13, everything smells weird in his room. Doesn't get any better. When they're a senior in high school, it smells even weirder. And then you're like trying to go, do we need to bring a dog in here? That could be the problem. The dog could be the problem. You never know. All right, so Texas Tech basketball going up against Sam Houston tonight. Sam Houston is Oral Roberts, and here's the problem. Oral Roberts has turned out not to be a good team. You schedule a team like Oral Roberts, you think they're going to be an RPI of, 120, 100 or better, right around there, usually pretty good. Oral Roberts is killing you even though you beat them. Their RPI, hoopshd.com, is 238. So you get in tonight against Sam Houston, they're 241. They're in the same neighborhood. You're treading water. There's nothing you gain from this other than getting another victory. The problem Texas Tech basketball has right now Yeah, Vanderbilt turned out to be not a good team as well. They're just not what you would expect out of Vanderbilt. Your win against Michigan, they're 103 in the hoopshd.com. So that's a lot of doom gloom. Here's the good news. You're still ahead of where most of the Texas Tech teams have been the last 4 years going into Big 12 play. You're on the outside looking in, but probably most places, well, no, we don't do most places around here. We do bracketville.wordpress.com. We do hoopshd.com. Tech first 4 out in Bracketville with Dave Ahmed. He nails the bracket. Same thing where you are, Hoops HD, you're at 59. That puts you about the 10 teams that are outside looking in. The last several years, you have been around 100. You've been way outside. So you go get yourself a 500 record in Big 12 play. You're going to be a 7-8 seed, worst case scenario. Probably better than that. Tonight, just win. Continue to figure out how to live without Cambridge. Don't shoot too many threes. Anything above 25 three-point attempts, I think, is too many for this team right now. You're better when you don't shoot that many threes. Most influential people in sports, Sydney McLaughlin, great role model for my 3 daughters. And then Chris, feels a bit like baseball. You tried to schedule better than last year, but the teams turned out very similar. Good analysis there by Chris. In baseball and basketball, it's not like football. You're scheduling about a year out. Maybe 2 years on basketball on some of these things, but baseball is pretty much a year out type deal. And it just didn't work. Baseball scheduled up this season in non-con, but they've been trying to. Tim Tadlock hadn't shied away from it at any time in his career at Texas Tech. It's just sometimes it's worked, sometimes it hasn't. And again, you find the problem of teams not being willing, and we make them able to, and I say we, not me. Tech makes them able to come in midweek because they're willing to pay money. They're willing to pay travel. They're willing to pay stuff. But teams just won't come in midweek because they know they might get their ass beat. I saw this with the Lady Raiders beginning in the mid-90s that they were willing to offer really good inducements to get teams to come in. And for the most part, good teams wouldn't come in, non-conference. They knew they were going to roll into 8,174 fans and get beat. They wouldn't do it. Tara Vanderveer would do it. Thank you very much. Stanford. Pat Summit. She brought a team in. Thank you very much. We appreciate that. Beyond that, most of the really high-level coaches, they didn't want anything to do with Lubbock, Texas. Baseball has that right now. Let's not forget, Tech baseball played a midweek at Florida State, and that was in 2014. It was only scheduled a week in advance. Yeah, you had some rainouts. They had some rainouts. Called up Mike Martin, and that really was kind of a linchpin moment for that team that year that sent them on in 2014. Was that 2014? That was 2014, wasn't it? It was. Or was that 15? Was that 15 you didn't make it? Or was it I have 14? It's my mind is 14. Sounds good, 14. So look it up. But you are correct. That was thrown together at the last moment. LSU and or Aggies midweek would be awesome. I'd even go home and home. Tech will go home and home with A&M, 100%. From Tech went 1-1 against Florida State that midweek, something like that. You were coming off maybe playing in Stillwater, and you hopped on a jet. You went out there and you played a couple of games. Hard to believe next year, 10-year anniversary of that first. I was thinking the same thing the other day, that it really is kind of wild. And so to put that into perspective, you haven't been since 2019, so that's 5 years. And that shows the compressed nature of just how good 14 to 19 was in making 4 trips up there, 14, 16, 18, 19, to go to Omaha for a program that a lot of people never thought would make it. You know, I was waiting. And then all of a sudden you have this huge run, and we kept telling, even then at the time said, hey, these are the good old days. This is not easy. And hopefully now people are beginning to realize again how good those teams were, special how teams those were, and how hard it is to get there. It's freaking hard. It's not easy. But there are guys in their 20s and 30s that roll out of bed and think Tech's going to go to Omaha every year. No, it doesn't work that way. So yeah, Tech hoops tonight. Just win. Don't shoot too many threes. I am looking on points in the paint. I'm looking on second chance points. If you shoot it crappy, you better win second chance points. If you're going to shoot that many threes and you don't win second chance points, then I got a problem with that. 18 attempts for me for this team is plenty good. D1 Baseball is a believer of Tech because pitching is solid. Yeah, a lot of arms. It's going to take a while to sort it out, I think, in non-conference play. That roles will not be defined. It'll be a typical, February, you just play games. March, you begin to define some roles. Early April, you really solidify it. Mid-April, you've got the team that you want to roll with. And then in mid-May, you find out who's healthy and who can we roll with. It's about a 4-step process with a Tadlock team. Works pretty well. It's smart, but it's frustrating for football guy because they don't roll out in February and everything's perfect. No Molina won't be a problem for Tech. I don't think that's a hot take. I wish you were back. I really do. I think you can out recruit that spot, and here's why. He was for a high level baseball team, Molina was a 2, not a 1. For the last couple of years, he had to be a 1 because Texas Tech was not a high level baseball team with starting pitching. So if you do have legit high level 1s, and you may have 2, we'll talk about it more after New Year's rolls around, that you can overcome that. Had he been a complete legit lockdown Saturday, we used to say Friday, but Saturday starter, I get it. And I'm not trying to disparage the kid at all. I love watching him pitch. I love watching Molina pitch. I wish him well. I truly do. I hope we see him in Omaha pitching, not against Tech. But he's a high level 2, the way he pitches. This is how much this game means tonight. Baseball talk rules, yeah, pretty much. But you guys know I'm a baseball guy, even though anybody know I used to announce basketball and stuff? Yeah, work with a guy named Jack Dale. Yeah. But yeah, that's where this game is tonight. Don't worry, we got Big 12 play coming up real soon. Crossing my fingers, holding my breath that Tech doesn't have a lose Gingery on the first pitch moment. Dude, I first covered first broadcast of Tech baseballs in 1989, and paying attention before that. And through the years, it doesn't matter. Pitchers get hurt. And you don't want it to happen. Pitchers get hurt. Jack still smoking during the KFOL basketball broadcast in the early 90s. No, he was not. He was eating corn nuts, though. The dude was eating corn nuts, but he told me I couldn't drink Diet Coke because you might get the burps. Hey, you really shouldn't be drinking that soda pop during the games. That could get you. Hey, golly, Rhino, you can't. Dude, you're eating corn nuts. Yeah, I know. I used to smoke cigars. Yeah, him and Bob Nash smoking cigarettes there at Coliseum back in the day. Cigarettes, I should say. All right, we've got a couple more minutes left tonight. Who's going out this weekend? Who's staying in? We're going to have another broadcast tomorrow. Saturday, you guys may be on your own. I don't know. I'm in town the whole weekend. It's New Year's Day. Monday? Yeah, it's sort of like, there it is, like on my calendar. So, I mean, we're not going to just abdicate our role, but, timing may be a little off. Still am intrigued. Hold on. You can't hear it. My dogs are barking outside the Arctic Air Studios, like outside, because I locked them out because they were being piss ants. And now I can tell, I can tell which one is mad and which one is just barking because the other one is mad, and she doesn't know why the other dog is mad, but she's just going to join in. So Sadie's mad right now. Indy is just, we're making noise. This is good. Sadie is pissed off about something out there. How do you think the Lady Raiders perform in conference play? I don't know. I still think they're a scorer, create your own shot, make your own stuff, player away from being top four for sure. I'd love to see them top half, and I think they can get there 500. I do think they've got a great chance to make the tournament. I've liked what we've seen so far. I throw out Maui. I do. I truly do. And hopefully that maybe, was a little bit of a wake up call that, yeah, you can be 9-0 or whatever they were going out there and get your ass handed to you and, whatever. I do think they can make the NCAA tournament. I hope they do. Jerry, we celebrate New Year's Eve on London time for kids. I don't even have to read the rest of it. Yeah, been there, done that. When me and my friends, we all had young kids at the same time. Oh, yeah. Hey, it's 9 o'clock. Happy New Year, everybody. And we'd get together and make homemade pizzas, and it was awesome, and it was cool. Enjoy that, enjoy those moments. If you get kids and stuff, the party at the house is cool, and get the kids down. You can trick them, change the clocks. They don't know. Yeah, it's midnight. You stayed up to midnight. Great job. Way to go. All right, we're all going to bed now. Break out the Blantons. We ain't going nowhere. Yeah, we would make homemade pizzas, and that would be my advice. We're in Greenlight checker time now, going along. If you're looking for something to do fun with kids, New Year's Eve, homemade pizzas is a fantastic thing to do. You can get you can get it at Market Street. You can even buy their dough. I think Market Street where they make it, but you can get dough wherever you live. And the homemade pizzas, because it gives them something to do, and then they eat it, and pizza makes you tired, and they go to sleep, and then you watch a movie and stuff like that. Use analog clocks in our house, no digital. No one other than my wife knows what time it is. Dude, I was all hopped up on Benadryl over the weekend. I walked out and looked in my living room. We do have a, real clock with like hands and whatnot. I was like, is it 3? Is it 12? 15? No, it's 3. It's 12. Because the hands they don't, not enough differentiation. Good for you for having an analog clock around. We still going? Yeah, we're still going. Well, we ought to shut it down. So we say goodbye to the people on YouTube and on Twitter in the stream. Yeah, we got in the stream. Hold on.